Hello YouTube and welcome to today's episode of Disappointed Dragon. I promise that's the last name change you'll ever see. However, since it's been, I don't know, a year, maybe even two since I last did a video, it probably doesn't matter. I've been fairly bored, what with the whole quarantine, not much to do. So I've been looking for things to occupy my time with. And of course I found Lego. So the last little while I've been ordering a lot of Lego online. And I happened to go to the dollar store the other day to pick up some supplies because you don't have to wait in a lineup for groceries there. And they have a lot of the things you want. And I came across some Mega Construx Detective Pikachu kits. And actually you can kind of see I'm using in the background here. I'll move up the camera a bit. I've got the giant Pikachu one that I ordered off of Amazon. And I'll probably do a video of me building that at some point as well. But for today, just going to do a much shorter one. I've got the Detective Pikachu Mr. Mime set. Now, Mega Construx, which was at one point Mega Bloks, does a whole lot of Pikachu or Pokemon kits. I've got a few of them already. I've got many of the second stage starters, Charmeleon, Wartortle, Ivysaur. I've got Charizard, and I even got the Mewtwo and Mew kit, which is actually quite nice. A lot of them are pretty okay. Some of them are a bit more horrifying just because of how you build the heads. Like the Mewtwo has this weird little snout because his nose is a separate piece. But for Lego, I think they work out pretty good. Like you can kind of see the Mr. Mime here, although he's a little bit odd, still looks all right. Mega Construx is a huge improvement over Mega Bloks. Back in the day when I was younger, back in the 90s, early 2000s, Mega Bloks didn't really stick together very well. They always had really nice figures, but the pieces themselves were pretty subpar. So anyways, I've already opened it to save time. Let's see what we get inside. This was $4, by the way, at the dollar store, which is actually a pretty good price. I don't think they were much more at Walmart back when they were new, maybe like $6.99, but anyways, $4 is all right. So you get a couple of bags. Mega Construx liberally stuck all over it. And the instructions. So I built one of these the other day, actually. They had 3 at the dollar store altogether. They had, and I think they're on the back. Well, okay. Shrink it down. Yeah, so there's Loud Red and Lickitung. Now, the Lickitung is the one I got last time. It's actually terrifying because the tongue is a huge piece of rubber. And it's just very awkward. Maybe in the next video when I build the Loud Red, I'll bring it off so you can take a look at it, but it's it makes you uncomfortable. I kind of wish they had the Detective Pikachu one, because, I probably would have liked that one. I rather liked that movie. Ryan Reynolds is always great, especially when he's in kids' movies. So, yeah, we got all the different bags. There's Mr. Mime's face. All the bits. The one thing I don't like about these sets, while I'm opening them, is that they come with these little, diorama backgrounds, which, a lot of Lego sets come with as well. Case in point, this little altar that came with my Ninjago set that I picked up the other day. I've never been a big fan of the little extra set pieces. If you're not setting up a huge display, and my room is tiny, why I'm filming on my bed, because I just don't have room to do it anywhere else, you don't have anywhere to set them up, so these are kind of useless. It's just a bunch of spare parts to kind of up the piece count. I've never been a big fan of that, but, whatever. And the sets in these Mega Construx are always the same. They've got these weird jagged land pieces that all kind of fit together oddly, and they never make any sense. They make these strange little, platforms. Oh, I missed a few pieces in there. They make these weird little platforms that they stand on that don't look like anything. They don't look like a clump of land or a mountain. They're just kind of a waste of space. So I'm going to have the instructions off screen. You won't be able to see them while I'm building, but we'll go through this. So, while this whole thing is going on, this is I think it's good to keep yourself occupied, and this is a good way to spend some time doing something creative and constructive. The only problem I have with these instructions is they're not very clear sometimes. I did the Lickitung one, like I said the other day, and there's a lot of pieces that are stamped and a lot of pieces that aren't stamped. And it's not obvious when they're using the stamped pieces. It could just be that I'm dumb. But I choose to believe it's the fault of the Lego kit and not a problem with my own intelligence. So I had to actually take it apart and put it back together 3 or 4 times because I had put the wrong piece in the wrong place, and that was Very frustrating. So another thing that I kind of like about these sets is that a lot of these pieces, as you can see, this piece here, these pieces, the face piece, they're all custom pieces. I don't know if Lego has a piece like this, but I don't think I've ever seen them use one. And I like that because, you know, a lot of companies, they just have copied Lego sets. They're very, well, that's not fitting together. They're very, did I put this together wrong? Oh, I totally did. Well done, Nathaniel. See, I've already followed the instructions wrong. There we go. A lot of rip-off Lego or other companies, they just have basic Lego pieces and they're just doing their own sets, or sometimes alternatively just ripping off exact Lego sets and going with that. But at least with these, they've got a lot of their own pieces. And I mean, while it is still a Lego ripoff, at least their pieces are different. And another thing that they do a lot of is they use mostly ball joints. You'll see there's a lot of ball joints in the set. And that makes it so that these things are quite posable and actually makes them a lot of fun to play with. Okay. And there we go. And I've just noticed something that's got me a little bit disappointed is look at how you can see that. Oh, if it'll focus. Look at that. Look at all this extra plastic gunk in between Mr. Mime's fingers there. I'll just have to pick it off. Quality control. Come now. Molding errors on my Mega Blocks. Or, sorry, Mega Construx. I don't know when they changed over. It was what I was thinking about that the other day, because I think I was still picking up just not too long ago. Of course, it was probably warehouse overstock. I was still picking up little Mega Bloks men, and I'm wondering if they've changed the logo on those like blind bags with the little Lego, or no, I call them Lego men, the little Mega Bloks characters that you used to be able to pick up. Like they had the blind bag sets, like the SpongeBob ones I picked up in an older video that actually my brother watched the other day. He said he was watching it to support my channel. It was funny because he had just watched one of the Unis Honest videos where they were looking up dead YouTube channels. I was like, did you just watch it because you watched that video and you were thinking, oh, I'm going to go watch a dead YouTube channel? How about my brother's? No one to blame but me for that one, though. I've been, see, now here's the issue. Like, looking at this, there's no stamp on it, but I'm wondering if that, yeah, see, look at that. Oh, nope. It's the other side that gets the stamp. Okay. See, I thought it was telling me to put on the stamped ones, but I didn't show the picture. But no, it was just me being, you know, silly again. It happens. All right. There's his carapace. Flip him over. And the nice thing about these sets is, I mean, like I said, it's $4, so you can't really go wrong for your money already. That's a nice cheap thing, and at the same time gives you something to do, doesn't take too long, and it's something cool to play with, and the instructions are simple enough if you're halfway intelligent, which is why I'm having trouble. So, I mean, kids will easily be able to put this together, no problem. Give them something to do, and unfortunately, I've found out that Lego is quite difficult to find right now because everyone's buying it for their kids, and rightfully so. I mean, it's one of the best toys kids can get, and, you know, keep them out of your hair for a while. Unfortunately, Lego does cost $65 billion per piece because, you know, like, oh, that's convenient. Oh, never mind. I thought, you know, these two pieces were already together because of the line. I thought it was two different pieces, but no, it's one piece. It's, again, me just being, you know, foolish. Foolish fool. Oh, come on. Oh, no, I need more strength than I currently have. Oh, I don't like that. As you can see, these two pieces are negative to negative. Don't like that. That's not secure at all. That's going to fall right apart. One would think. All right, there we go. I think we're already coming to the end here. I don't think there's much more to Mr. Mime, really. I'm sorry if occasionally the building goes out of frame. I'm sort of building this while looking over to my left to the instructions over there. So I'm not always looking at the camera to see where it is, you know, amateurish filming as it is. But, you know, we'll work with what we've got, right? There we go. There's his belly. And now we get to attach his head. Yeah, see these parts, those ones I was talking about earlier, I really like that because it's like a ball joint. They're quite stiff. It's like really posable for a terrifying mime who can look deeply into your soul and judge you for all the things you've done. But don't worry, his opinion doesn't mean anything. Oh, apparently I'm supposed to put him to the side for now. And now we'll build his little jolly legs. The thing that's great about these sets, again, is that the Lego sets look a lot more like their actual cartoon Pokemon counterparts and nothing like the ones in the movie, whereas I did quite enjoy the Detective Pikachu movie. The designs for some of the Pokemon were fairly uncomfortable. Like, Lickitung was horrifying. Mewtwo looked quite naked, and that was also fairly uncomfortable. And there's just something about some of the Pokemon when they make them look realistic, where they look very strange. They're made to be cartoons. They don't work quite as well when they're made realistic. Some of them worked out quite well. Like, I thought the Bulbasaur was adorable, and of course Pikachu, Detective Pikachu, old Ryan Reynolds there, he was quite a good design, and I did like that. Oh, see, now this I don't like. You can see how the way that these attach, his legs have to be bandied like that. That's a bit of a... Oh dear, that's a stiff ball joint. That's a bit... Ugh, that do not like. He has to do the... yes, well, looks like he's got a... Oh boy, as you can hear that is the ball joint on his ankle, and it has already got stress lines on the plastic. That is stiff. So he can only be he can only have severe rickets from riding horses too long. Doing some prancing, I suppose. Oh. I lied. The ball joint allows it so you can bend his legs down like this. Maybe I should have turned the page before I started talking. Instead, he's just got really, really wide hips. Like, exceptionally so. I've got it. Oh. Okay. There we go. There. That's all we need, right? He doesn't need arms? Tell me he needs arms? Alright, I guess he needs arms. I don't like how his arms are... You can kind of see that they've already got a bend in them, so... He's going to have no elbow articulation. Although, to be fair, the Lickitung's arms are just little paddles. They don't even have an elbow. Not even a fake one like this one. Still need a little bit of strength to kind of put these together. I don't like how his... I was looking at the box, and I really don't like the way the hands look. It's like, either way, the thumb works. I mean, there's a little bit... Ooh, pardon the movement. There's a little bit of a larger gap here, so I'm going to assume that this is supposed to be the thumb, and that's the pinky, but it's so hard to tell because they're all almost exactly the same. I don't really need the instructions for the next part. I can just assume that both arms will be symmetrical, because otherwise whoever designed this is a monster, and I choose to assume that this is not the case. I'm starting to feel like I missed a step at some point, because it feels like I've got a lot of extra pieces that should go somewhere, but I don't know where they would go. Oh well. There we are. Oh dear, that's not good. That's already... I don't know if you can see that there. There's already stress marks on the plastic right there from just putting his hand in. That's a bad sign. Well, let's put his arms on. And there we have it. Oh, and this one you don't even get to build him a platform. He just stands on that block of, I guess, concrete. And then we've got all of these leftover bits. I've actually got a pile of leftover Lego from all the kits I've been making lately, just kind of standing there. But I mean, like I say, it's a very quick kit for $4, you know, can't go wrong. They had several of them at the dollar store, quite a few. It was Dollarama, actually, so if you have a Dollarama around, they might have them there as well. They normally get a lot of warehouse sellouts, so you'll occasionally find some cool stuff. Like, they've got a lot of hardcover comic books right now. I found some Star Trek, The Next Generation, Sherlock Holmes, Marvel, DC. They're mostly more kidified comics, but I mean, they're $3 each, so it's a good read for $3, and I found a couple of good novels as well. So I mean, it's always a good idea to check the Dollarama right now. Go shopping as little as possible, of course, because of the quarantine. But if you need to go out for groceries and you don't want to wait in the lineup at, say, Superstore or something, the dollar store's got some cool stuff to keep you entertained. And like, this thing's pretty nice. It's got his legs come right off there, but I mean, he's got a fair amount of articulation. The joints are pretty stiff. It looks like Mr. Mime. It's clearly recognizable as Mr. Mime. How well does he stand on? Oh, okay. There we go. Stands on Lego just fine. He'll definitely keep the kids entertained. It's a cool little thing. Still with a very, very terrifying stare, as he looks directly into your eyes, controlling you and making you do things you don't want to do. Well, on that note, we'll end this video here. This has been Disappointed Dragon. I'll do another one soon where we'll build the... off to the side with you. Well, we'll do the Loud Red kit next. Not a Pokemon I'm particularly fond of, but it looks like a pretty fun kit. And again, anything to keep me busy and moderately useful. All right, so all of you have a good day. Stay safe out there, and hope all of your families and loved ones are happy and healthy. Bye-bye.